idea as to what the abattoir does on a daily basis. What's your role? What's your job?
Thank you very much. Like you mentioned, my name is Michael Tongban of Kumasi Abattoir Company Limited. Our core business is to slaughter, dress, and process food animals for the public. And in the course of slaughter and dressing, we have two types. We have the singeing and we have the flaying.
What the singeing? What is
When I talk of the singeing, it is the process of burning the fur of the animal with LPG gas. Mostly we use that one with flames, but we use LPG gas. And then scraping the suit away and washing it. That is the singeing. And flaying is the process of separating the skin, herein called the hide, so far as abattoir is concerned, taking the hide away from the meat. So that meat is called flayed carcass, and the other one is called singed carcass, or singed meat, or flayed meat. So Kumasi Abattoir was actually commissioned on the 24th July 1998 to carry on slaughter and dress of food animals. So now that is our core business. We are also into processing. We add more value to the raw meat that we produce and turn them to sausages, burgers, ham sausages, and what have you for the public. So far as abattoir is concerned, we have the capacity to slaughter a lot.
On a daily basis?
On a daily basis, we started in 1998, we could slaughter 330, 320 averagely cattle a day. And then later, it drops to around 280, came to 250. As I speak, around 150 is the average slaughter.
From 320 to 150, what has caused that, big dip?
Yes, and one of the causes are the one that we are speaking to, that is the importation of foreign meat. The offals that we all mention, it is the stomach.
The yamadia.
The yamadia in Ghana, when you want to say yamadia, the complete yamadia is that one. It includes the viscera, that's the intestines.
Okay.
But they bring only the stomach.
Okay.
And then the trotters, and then the liver.
Okay.
And only the heart. That is what is being brought in.
Imported. Okay.
But the small intestines are not brought in.
Okay.
Incomplete, we call it yamadia, or incomplete, we call it viscera.
Okay.
Yeah. So that one is one of the major causes of the low patronage of the local meat.
How can you explain this to myself and my listeners? The importation of these offals, how come that is affecting the slaughtering of 320 cattle a day? How?
Okay. The butchers that are actually in the business, they sell the yamadia to support their business. So there are dealers that are also dealing with the offals. So far as these importation of these offals were introduced, or yamadia was introduced, that one is cheaper.
The foreign ones are cheaper?
They are cheaper.
Okay.
In most of the Western countries, they don't actually patronize those ones. So normally they are being imported to this way at a very cheaper cost. But if you also compare the taste, it is not like the local ones. It's actually tasteless if you compare it with the local offers that we're talking about. So what people do is they go to buy the cheaper one, come and blend with the abattoir products to get the taste for the public.
Is that to say that they don't buy?
If they are unable to sell the offals, the butchers are able to sell the offals, the next day slaughter activities has to come down. So it keeps on dwindling. They are also bringing in trotters. When I say trotters, that's cow feet. Yeah. Kotoje. In simple, it's kotoje. That one too is also, you see them very big.
Yeah.
You don't even know what type of animals do they slaughter.
Why, you don't believe that they are cattle?
At all.
You don't believe they are cattle?
To me, some of them are too big, more than that.
But it's a farm. I mean, it's a farm that is coming from. It depends on how they are fed, the treatment that they are given. That makes them grow big.
So we actually don't know how these animals are handled over there in terms of hygiene, and we don't know how even important the duration it stayed in the overseas before it gets to this place.
It takes a long time on this on the sea. Yeah.
So That is one thing. And so the abattoir that is producing the local beef and the local offals, we are sure of the quality of the meat.
We'll talk about the qualities shortly.
Yes.
But there was a question I wanted to ask you, and you were still making a point. I'm looking at the foreign ones that have been slaughtered and then have been packaged, then are shipped at a cost to Ghana. They are cheaper. But the ones that we grow here, the cattle that we raise here, their offals are expensive. These are locally produced ones. These ones have been slaughtered, then the offals removed, packaged, put on a ship on the high seas at a cost, and yet they are cheaper. How come?
That is why I'm saying that in the Western countries, they don't patronize such pass.
Okay.
So they are more or less being
Dumped here.
dumped.
Okay, so if we don't, they don't eat it.
They
So,
don't eat it.
but for we patronizing it, they would have thrown it away.
Well,
Anyway.
that is a matter.
Oh, okay.
So that is why when it comes here, it's cheaper. Anything that you buy very expensive there, you can't bring it here and come and sell at a very cheaper cost.
I see.
And when you come to our own local animals, they are being fed with pasture. And the taste is quite different. And the cost of rearing cattle is not easy. That's why sometimes it's very expensive. And mostly we import most of these cattle. We get about 75 to 80% from Mali and Burkina. You understand? So actually the cost is always.
So why can't we? And let me come to you, Alhaji Brilla, on this one. Now, but even before I come to Alhaji Brilla,